As the famous saying goes, nothing is certain except death and taxes. And for most of us, we plan for the taxes. The other one is a topic we often put on the back burner.
And that can lead to more pressure and hardship for loved ones who are already grieving. It's a really tough topic, so we brought in some experts to help navigate the difficult conversations about preparing for the inevitable. Again, this is going to happen to all of us.
To all of us. Brian, Devlin, and Jonathan Pugh of Devlin Funeral Home are here to help us with the first steps. And this really is an important conversation. And we talk about it sometimes with even approaching our own parents with this conversation, knowing that they haven't maybe thought everything out yet, or even just for our own planning purposes. So, Brian, there's a lot to learn in this process. Can you kind of walk us through what we should be approaching first?
Of course, of course. You know, we have so much accessibility in this day and age. A lot of folks like to do their research online, even with funeral pre-planning, right? People can get some information. I do believe that it's good to go to funeral homes' websites. Our website's www.devlinfuneralhome.com. But then when it comes down to actually planning, you're going to want to speak to a professional. It's a lot easier to go over these things face to face, you know?
Right. Totally, and they're very sensitive topics, so we don't want to go to Google for this. We talk to the people who have been through it before. Sure. And Jonathan, if someone is listening right now and they're thinking, I have to have this conversation. Again, it is one that I've been avoiding for a long time. Sure. Death is awkward for some people.
Yeah.
How would you suggest kind of coming to the table in a human way?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you think about it, to put it in a perspective like this, if you were faced with having to plan a purchase or buy something that you didn't expect to have to buy, what's the first thing you do? Probably Google it, probably go online.
Right.
And so what we like to do is a presentation. And a presentation would look a lot like what we're doing right now, right? We're sitting, we're chatting, perhaps question answer, but most importantly, we're building a relationship, right? There's nothing that brings better gratitude to all of us than to be able to sit with someone years later and be able to say, your mother was such a nice woman. She told me a story about this or about that. Those relationships are something that some folks take for granted, but we don't. And we like to start at a very basic level. Some like to expand upon it, and some like to just keep it basic. And with that being said, anything is better than nothing.
Well, and again, when someone is going through this, when a family member is preparing for some of the hardest days and weeks to come of their life, burying a loved one, you know, it's important to maybe remove some of that financial cost and the planning of it all. And that's why pre-planning is so important. So, Brian, where do we start with planning our own funeral?
Of course. Just with speaking with an attorney, speaking with your financial advisor, funeral planning, speaking with a funeral professional is a very crucial part of estate planning, of legacy planning. So again, reaching out to your funeral professional is probably the best bit of advice we can give you.
Absolutely.
And I would say, I hate to single any group out, but I'm an only child, so these conversations were very easy. It was just, you know, everything goes to her. But I know that whenever siblings are involved, a lot of times when there's a bigger family, when there's a bigger estate, when there are different assets that need to go different places, would you say it is even more important for those families to call you and jump on board?
Listen, it takes out any of the second guessing or the questions. It makes things very, very clear, takes the emotional stress, because there's a lot of other issues that are going to be going on.
Totally.
And if this is speaking to somebody out there who's watching, there is a seminar that's coming up, and this can kind of help people walk through the process of what this will look like. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so we're going to be hosting Tim Seckler from Seckler Law Firm on June 12th at 10:30 at our Ross Township Funeral Home. We are hoping that the families that come to us are going to learn a lot about multifaceted funeral-related subjects, right? Certainly one of us will be presenting just a very brief conversation, but certainly we look forward to hosting as many families as we can have through our door to start that relationship-building process.
Just come and learn a little bit more. Maybe it's something that you didn't think that you needed to start doing, but you do. Thank you both so much.
Thank
So
you.
important.
And if you would like to learn more about Devlin Funeral Home's upcoming seminar, you can visit our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.